Streaming.
Yeah, I'm recording. I don't know about you. I don't know what you're doing. I'm recording.
I'm recording. Thank you.
Well, there you go.
And we are ready to rock and roll. We are the Sports Nerds, and we are live.
No.
Gentlemen, how are we doing? Happy Sunday to everybody.
Happy Sunday.
Kenny, good to see you. Good to see you, Elliot.
See you.
And John.
What up?
So, not much going on in the world of sports. A lot of basketball going on, though. Happy Sunday to everybody. So, whoever's got their Facebook open and mute it, please.
Yes.
Hang on one second. Here, so he's been doing it. All right. Kenny's here today. John's and Jen both there. Jen's here. What's up, Jen Nito? How you doing? Good to see you.
Hello, Jen.
Make sure you mute your Zuckerberg channel.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Mute Lazucks.
So
Brent Musburger, you're looking live.
You're looking live at four old guys talking nasty about sports.
I ain't old yet.
Three old guys and a middle-aged guy.
This.
Three old guys and a middle-aged guy. Okay, we'll say that.
Yeah.
Hey, three men and a middle-aged baby.
Hello, Eliana. Good to see you. So the first head-to-head with Zion and LeBron occurred this week, and the second one's tonight.
Yeah, man. Zion is the truth.
Absolutely.
He
is the truth.
Deal. He is the
Love
real
me
deal.
some Zion.
I like the kid a lot.
Zion is all over the place now.
Just pray to God he does not become Greg Oden. Right? I mean, I'm pretty sure he's way beyond that. But like when you start getting hurt your rookie season, it's just like shadows of Greg.
Let me just say this: when Greg Oden was a rookie, he looked like he was 35 years old. Okay, I'm just saying.
Bro, he looked like he was 76.
Dude,
what are you talking about, man?
He looked like LeBron's father.
I know exactly.
He looked like LeBron's grandfather.
Right. Okay.
Now he does.
But yeah, I mean, LeBron outdid the kid the first game, but he had 40 some odd points. The kid had 20 some odd points, and the Lakers won. Second game is tonight. I think it's in New Orleans, in fact, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, because it was in LA the other day.
Yeah,
it's in New Orleans.
So the king of the NBA versus the future of the NBA. Game number 2 is tonight. I may actually tune in and watch that for whatever reason. I don't know.
Wow.
You know,
well, you know what? I look at it this way. I can not like a sport, but if it's an event,
and this is an event.
I don't watch golf, but if you got an event like Tiger Woods or something's going on that's big time.
If it's the Masters, the U.S. Open, something like that, I mean, yeah, you're going to watch.
Right.
Tennis. I don't watch tennis for nothing. But you know what? When that U.S. Open comes around.
Dude, tennis is kind of a badass sport to watch, man.
It is.
It's kind of a badass
especially
sport.
when you got Federer and Rafael Nadal and
even if you got
Djokovic.
Serena going against someone, she's destroying.
Come on, man. I
bro.
grew up in the days of Jimmy Connors and John McEnroe.
Me too.
Nice.
Martina Navratilova and Chris Everett.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Tracy Austin.
Billie Jean King.
Nice.
Yes, and we are old. Yes, but if you got an event like Lily said, you got a big event like the Masters or the U.S. Open or even U.S. Open in tennis.
I'll watch it.
You're gonna watch it. This is an event.
I don't watch hockey all the time, but I will watch the Stanley Cup.
Absolutely.
It's an event.
Hats off to the Lightning. They broke a 4-game losing streak against the Calgary Flames. Sorry about that. Last night.
Good.
Speaking of events,
Calgary. Go ahead. Destroy Calgary. It's fine with me.
Speaking of events.
Yes.
I got my tickets to WrestleMania, baby.
Oh, God.
Oh, boy.
This is the sports nerd show, not the make-believe male soap opera show.
Right.
Okay, you know what? When you stop pushing, what's that shit called? What's that bullshit called?
Curling?
There you go.
Dude, the other day it was on again. Like they led the sports news up here with curling highlights.
Are you freaking kidding me?
I didn't watch
a single thing, dude. I promise you, I swear to you, I will never. No, I'm Canadian. I'm not that Canadian.
Look, man, long ago, I decided, as many people have, because not all wrestling fans believe this shit is real. Okay.
Yeah, we know it's staged. It's not fake. It's staged.
You know what? Let me give you a little background here. Okay. When I was 8 years old, I got pneumonia. I had to stay home from school. tested positive on a TB.
Tuberculosis.
So I got kept out of school for a month. Now, you know, back in the day, we had what, a public service channel and 3 stations.
Yes.
And you had your choice, right?
And a Spanish network.
Yes.
And there was none of this fucking cartoons during the day.
Nope.
Because kids were supposed to be in school.
Yes.
Okay.
Soap operas.
Guess what? I wound up stuck on All My Children, One Life to Live in General Hospital.
Oh my God.
After 50 years, I'm still watching General Hospital. Okay.
Wow.
I look at wrestling as a man's soap opera. Why? Because the storylines are changing constantly and so on and so forth. We know that shit that happens on soap operas isn't real because people keep coming back from the dead.
Yes.
Okay. But and I know wrestling isn't real from the concept of the fact that they're choreographed mostly.
Right.
But the pain is real.
Yes, it is. The injuries are very real.
The injuries are real.
Very real.
The deaths are real.
Yes.
The broken necks are real.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So to me,
but they are
just
stuntmen.
It's like it can be considered a blood sport if you think about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But it's entertainment.
Yes.
And just like any movie you go watch, which is mostly bullshit unless it's based on a true story.
Yep.
Okay. Then you're just watching.
You mean Star Wars isn't real?
Oh no.
Of course not.
No.
Elliot, you went to WrestleMania last year. That's when you were here. Is that correct? Was that last year or 2 years ago that you went to WrestleMania?
2 years ago.
All right, so 2 years ago, you went to WrestleMania and you actually stopped by here on your way home. After that, you were here before and here after.
No, I went to the WrestleMania stuff on Saturday, and then I came to your house to watch it on Sunday.
Oh, that's right. We watched it together on WE Network. That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
But this year, the rumor is that Goldberg and Roman Reigns.
Goldberg is currently the Universal Champion.
That's ridiculous. He's my age.
He defeated
Bray Wyatt.
The Fiend, Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, basically, he just speared him like 12 times and then covered him.
That's all. That's the only movie he's got is the spear. That's the only movie he's got is the spear.
Oh no! Wait a minute. He finished him off with the jackhammer.
With the jackhammer. Okay, he's got the spear and the jackhammer. Give me a break.
Well, hey, what do you want?
Oh God, he's my age, Elliot.
Yeah, but come on, look. Okay,
he's my age.
How long did Vince McMahon try to wrestle?
And he's got as much gray in his beard that I do. Come on, give me a break. And I'm a fat old guy.
But you see, that's the thing about wrestling is that you're never too old.
Oh God. All right, let's get off the wrestling because I don't want to talk about it. I really don't want to talk about it.
WrestleMania, baby. As a matter of fact, that's on a Sunday night.
Where is this year's WrestleMania?
I might
in Tampa.
Tampa.
It's in Tampa, Kenny. Yeah.
Tampa.
Oh.
Raymond James Stadium.
James.
Wow.
Yeah.
Elliot lives. Even zoom in from the freaking event.
Yeah. Elliot lives in Bradenton. I live in Lakeland, so it's close.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I'm not going. But Elliot, you knock yourself out, buddy. Have a good time.
Oh no, my son's going with me.
He won't be here that night. Just to give you guys a heads up. That's it. That's going to be in April.
Who says I won't be there? Who says I can't remotely join in?
The app is fantastic for
absolutely.
Zoom.
The Zoom app is very good. Yes, that would be interesting to have you zoom in.
I hear the Wi-Fi at Raymond James is superb.
maybe they'll let you fire
because they don't get enough people there to.
They use Spectrum. Yeah, true.
Too funny.
They don't.
Okay, John, I'm gonna go off topic here just for a moment because I don't want to forget about doing this. Okay. Thursday night, you did a live broadcast Thursday night that you do every week, and you had a little trouble with some words.
Yes.
Let me just say out loud: synchronicity,
okay.
and authenticity. Those are the words you were having trouble with.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those words.
Yes. Synchronicity actually was an album by the Police.
Reciprocity is another one.
Yeah, Reciprocity. Yes. Synchronicity was actually an album by the Police. If you remember the Police back in the day, this maybe before your time.
The Popo.
Yes. I know who the Police are. Okay. I know.
All right, it's synchronicity.
Yeah, I know who Sting is. Like I'm thanks. Okay, see, now we're not talking about sports. I've started a new business, and this is what it is because it's the most brilliant business in mankind right now, okay?
Yeah.
It's called go to Walmart and stock up on hand sanitizers because these things are becoming more valuable than gold.
Yes, they are.
Why?
Yep.
2 reasons. 1, people are freaking lemmings.
Yes.
And they don't understand that this is not that big a deal. And the second thing is that people don't wash their hands.
Right.
So
yes.
Why wash your hands when you can just
wash your hands after going to the bathroom, handling poultry, doing dishes, whatever. Wash your hands 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times a day. Always wash your hands.
There was literally 3 more after these 2 that I bought.
Yeah.
What if I leave? What if I never leave the house?
That's what I'm doing. Yeah. I never leave the house anyways. No, it's a joke.
You know what? I hardly ever go anywhere except when I got to go shopping or to the doctor.
Yeah.
I'm in the same boat. If I'm not working or going to the grocery store, I'm home. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
John, are you going to rebrand them as hand Johnitizer?
Johnitizers, yeah, I think that's what Johnitizers. I like it, man. I like it. But this is my new business, so if anybody wants to get in on it with me, I'm selling each of these for $199 each.
Yeah, don't touch your face. Exactly, Katie. Don't touch your face.
It's like
John Hannitizer.
As I go like this.
John, it's insanity. It's insane.
It's ridiculous, crazy. Yo.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like it's a bug, man, and bugs kill people.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about about this virus is supposedly it started because people were eating animals they shouldn't be eating as well.
Don't eat
bats.
Animals.
Bats are not food.
Yeah, don't eat bats.
Bats are not food. Ozzy Osbourne was not. Ozzy was not a trendsetter with this. Okay.
No. But you see, you gotta give Ozzy. You gotta give Ozzy his. Okay.
That he's still living. Yeah.
Over and over and over.
That dude has had more drugs in his system than Keith Richards. I'm just saying, okay?
No problem, Jen. I'm going to Walmart and trying to find these for $2, and then I'm going to resell them for $20. There you go. That's the deal. Price.
Wow.
Price gouging.
It's getting nuts, man. It's fear mongering, and I hope people can see what all of this stuff is designed to do. It's to keep you scared, to keep you fearing your neighbor. It's totally to divide and conquer, but whatever. That's my political and social commentary for the night. Back to sports.
But it'll go away in April.
Buckeyes beat Michigan today, by the way. In case you saw
yes, I know. I saw it.
Yes.
Thank you for reminding me. I appreciate that.
I appreciate it. Anytime I can tell you that the Michigan Wolverines lose against Ohio State, I'm here for you, buddy. That's all I'm going to say.
Knock yourself out.
You
really. Knock yourself out.
You sounded like Elmer Fudd there for a second.
Hunting wabbits?
That's all, folks.
We may see you again in the Big Ten tournament, of course, you know.
Yes, sir, as well as maybe the NCAA tournament if they get there. So
maybe. It's happened before.
Yeah, that's right.
Regional final, in fact.
Yes. There was something that happened this week that I wanted to talk about. I forgot what it was.
Oh, whenever you're ready to talk hockey, just let me know.
Well, again, I go back to last night. The Tampa Bay Lightning broke a 4-game losing streak by beating the Calgary Flames. And resident Flames fan is not watching as far as I can tell, unfortunately. But they got off the schneid as far as their special teams are concerned because they had 2 power play goals and a shorthanded goal against Calgary. But it still concerns me because this is what I want to talk about. Steven Stamkos is going under the knife.
Gonzo!
And he's going under the knife. He's going under the knife tomorrow for a core injury. He's going to have an operation. He's going to have surgery in St. Louis tomorrow. He is going to be out 6 to 8 weeks, which makes him eligible to come back in the second round of the playoffs if they make it that far. So,
which they probably won't.
And he is the heart and soul of that team. So they got to suck it up and move forward and just do it. And they played great yesterday. So I've got they played the game great yesterday. The previous 4 games not so much. So we'll see. At least they're not going through what they went through last year when they had no adversity leading up to the playoffs, which caused them to have overconfidence. Right. And then, of course, Columbus kicked their ass in 4 straight games in the first round. So
I remember that.
Yes, you do. And the Toronto Raptors are still world champions. Yes, I know, John.
You guys.
I just throw that in because Jen asked for it, but I'll talk about that in a bit too.
You guys.
More important hockey news. I remember a couple years ago, I was at a game with my son. Edmonton Oilers were playing, and everybody was so like in love with Connor McDavid, and I was like, "Yeah, Connor's good, man. Connor's probably gonna be the best player in the world, and he's awesome." And I'm like, "You see that big mother number 29 right there? That guy from Germany. You see that guy?" I told him years ago, that's the guy to watch. King Leon, at 22 years of age, back-to-back 100-point seasons. He got his 100th first, second, and third point last night. Leon Draisaitl, MVP. This guy is a joy to watch. If you like Cam Neely-esque,
I love me some Cam. I love me some Cam Neely.
Bruising in the corner or center shoot. He's worth the price of admission. My favorite player in the league, and he got his 101st, 102nd point last night. Lee obviously destroying the scoring race. Art Ross probably is going to win. He's up for conversation in the Hart Trophy, and it's just it's amazing to watch this kid. I know everybody loves Connor. They think he is. Connor's freaking amazing. I mean, he's amazing to watch. But Leon Draisaitl is just worth every freak. I think we're paying him $8 million a year now for 8 years.
Yeah.
Dude, worth every penny. He's amazing. And you guys probably don't get a lot of him down there.
No, we don't.
Because it's in Edmonton.
Correct.
And, and if Edmonton is ever mentioned, it's going to be Connor McDavid. But Leon Draisaitl, picked third overall a couple of years ago. Man, what a player. And that's my hockey for the night.
Was he on Germany's Olympic team 2 years ago?
I think so, but he actually came over here. He played in the dub, so he played in the Western Hockey League from juniors. He played for Prince Albert actually. So he's considered a North American skater, but I think he does play for the German national team because his dad was like one of the big German guys, Peter Draisaitl.
Right.
But dude, just. Guy's amazing.
If I remember correctly, Germany won a medal for the first time in Olympic hockey 2 years ago, didn't they?
Yeah, and they're starting to get better. I mean, guys like Leon are just the tip of the iceberg that are coming. So just, and I know it's just like we don't get a lot of Tampa. Well, that let me rephrase that. This is Canada. If a player on Tampa Bay stubs his toe, we'll hear about it. But like we don't get that much, and I can guarantee you guys don't get as much like Oilers coverage as and it's a shame because this guy is just oh my gosh, he's amazing to watch.
But nobody wants to stay up that late. Nobody in the East wants to stay up that late.
Yeah, true. We are Mountain.
He and Connor are all on the same line, right?
What's that, sir?
He and Connor are on different lines.
They started the season on the same, and they're on the power play, or if it's in overtime 3-on-3, they'll always play together. But now, dude. The trade deadline was last week, and the Oilers basically took everybody off of the Red Wings roster. Like, I mean, we got Antastasio, we got Mike Green, even though he got hurt. Tyler Ennis, so we got a legit 1, 2, 3 lines in Edmonton now, which is cool.
Wow.
Anyways, I don't even care about Toronto until they're in the playoffs. So.
Is the sleeping giant about to awaken?
Who, Toronto or
Edmonton?
Edmonton? Yeah, I mean, we the Pacific is pretty tight, and I really like when Tampa Bay beats up on Calgary. That's very enjoyable.
Well, anytime Calgary loses to Tampa Bay, it reminds me of 2003, 2004 when they won the Stanley Cup in 7 games.
Oh, I'm all for it. I'm all for destroying Calgary. Calgary and Ottawa, you guys go ahead. Go and beat the piss out of them. I'm not one of those Canadians that I got to cheer for a Canadian team if they're in the playoffs now. No.
If your choice between Calgary and Ottawa is in the playoffs, you're rooting for the Rangers or they're rooting for the Lightning. One of the two. You're not rooting for.
I'm rooting for the Columbus Blue Jackets.
There you go.
Like I'm rooting for the Vegas
Lightning Killers. The Lightning Killers.
Right?
Yeah, the Lightning Killers. Yeah, exactly.
I did see the Rangers and Flyers today, and I missed the first 2 periods. It looked like the Flyers just beat them senseless, and then third period, the Rangers finally turned it on, but it was too little, too late. Ended up 5-3. but that's my contribution. The Stars pick up points on overtime losses all the time.
So why has all of a sudden Andy Dalton become a thing?
He's going. Rumor has him going to Chicago. What's up with that?
That's just Chicago. They got him going to New England or Indianapolis.
I heard the Bears were looking for a veteran quarterback, but I never heard anything about Dalton.
Well, did you guys see yesterday what they were doing with Tom Brady and Julian Edelman at it was a Syracuse against somebody college basketball game?
Yeah,
there was video of Edelman saying he's coming back, and then Brady mouthing something. People could be anything from "No, I'm not" to "Oh, be quiet" or something like that. Brady's going to stay in New England. They're going to figure out a way to do it. What they're waiting on with Brady is whether or not the NFL is going to pass the CBA. That's what they're waiting on before New England talks to Brady. That's it.
Can I just say something?
Yes.
We have a new feature in the Sunday Night Sports Nerd Show. Okay?
What's the new feature?
The new feature.
Is it the Brady Watch?
No. It's what we're gonna call. It's time for a Big E 180. I don't know if you guys notice this about Elliot. I do all the time. We're totally talking about something. He 180s and goes the complete opposite direction. That we're not talking about.
Actually, that would be
anytime he does this, I'm just going to show this. I'm just going to go.
Actually, it's not.
That's awesome, John.
It's not a 180. It's a 90. Because I'm going off to the side.
Off to the side. Yeah, that's this is so anytime you see this.
Well, you see, but that's how you get away from things like, curling and baseball.
It's fair.
You just talk about something else.
I get it. No, it's totally fine. I'm just saying that's a new feature, and it's brought to you by.
I love it.
It's brought to you by the wings on Elliot's TV behind him. There you go.
Kidding. Damn, making me hungry.
Yeah, those wings right there. Hooters.
Hooters,
baby.
There you go.
Yeah, give me the 180. Hooters style.
I've seen Dalton going as far as Chicago. New England. It's just. Andy Dalton is going to be for the remainder of his career. He's going to be the starter that never was, the backup to, he's going to be a backup the rest of his career, because of the fact that he was wasted. His talent was wasted in Cincinnati all these years.
Andy Dalton will be the starting quarterback for the New England Patriots this year.
Watch. If Brady signs with the Raiders, maybe.
Watch. Brady's going to Vegas or San Diego. He wants to live it up on the West Coast. He's going west, young man.
Are we really having this conversation? Are we really saying that Tom Brady is not going to be a Patriot next year? Are we really saying this?
Yeah, why not? I like it a lot better than he's going back.
I know John would love it so much. I know John would love it if Brady would just leave and not come back ever.
Yeah, that's fine. But I agree with these guys. I don't see him back in New England. There's just something amiss there now. So I think he's at the tail end of his career.
I can't imagine him in any other jersey.
It would be difficult to see him in Oakland, or I'm sorry, a Las Vegas Raiders jersey or a San Diego Junior jersey.
Do you think it wasn't difficult for me to watch Joe Montana in Kansas City?
Oh my God, it was so hard to see him in Kansas City.
Okay,
But you know what?
It happens.
Yeah, but you know what, Elliot? He beat John Elway. I'm happy with that. Okay, that's all that matters. That game against Elway.
He beat the crap out of Elway, yo.
Yeah, he did. I loved it.
The crap.
Technically, they didn't beat each other because offense never plays offense. God,
John. Whatever. Okay.
You like that? You like that for annoying
semantics,
Canadian?
And you're making it literal. And
annoying Canadian of the night, sponsored by Big Hooters Wings.
Can we talk about the CBA right quick?
Sure. I've got my blog post up from earlier in the week. Go ahead, Kenny.
Okay. What I've heard, they want the 17-game schedule, but I have not heard, do they want it over 17 weeks or 18 weeks?
18 weeks.
We're going to get rid of this.
You're still going to have the bye week.
I have not heard that number yet.
Yeah.
The bye week.
They're going to keep the bye weeks. But have you noticed that, the bye weeks, they're falling so far into the season now? It's like week 13, you're still having bye weeks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a lot of that has to do with the international games.
Yes. Yes, if you notice, a lot of the teams that are having these that are playing the international games,
they're off
the
next
following week. They're off. They're off the next week. They're
Exactly.
Only fair.
and that's a good thing because that provides them allowed to get used to the time change and get back in their regular schedule, and be ready for the next game they play. And I agree with that. I don't agree with 16 games in London or in / international games. I don't agree with that.
It wouldn't be 16. It would be 8.
It'd be 8. Okay, well, 8 is it's still. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Hey, you know what? 8 is still the time frame of bye weeks, isn't it?
No, they get about. I mean, the bye weeks last about 10 weeks at this point now.
Well, they start at week 4 and they go all the way to week 13. So yeah, about 10 weeks.
So 10, 11 weeks. Yeah.
10 weeks, yeah.
What's the time difference between London and the East Coast? 6
5
hours.
hours.
5 hours.
5 hours?
5 hours in the East, 6 Central.
So the bigger negativity would be a West Coast team.
Correct. Like if it was Seattle or the Rams or San
Well, couldn't they fly west and it's a shorter trip, or do they have to actually?
No. It doesn't matter.
No.
That's easy. Don't send any West Coast teams to London.
I've done this.
There have been prominent NFL players that have come out against the CBA. Most notable are Aaron Rodgers,
Russell
Westbrook. I mean Russell Wilson.
Westbrook too.
Yeah, Westbrook, right? Which he put on a show against.
Oh, wait a second. If Rodgers is against
it, Russell Wilson.
It's a dead deal.
Wilson is out of it.
Richard Sherman's against it.
Richard Sherman, Marcus Pouncey from Pittsburgh is out of it.
You know what? Mahomes may have won a Super Bowl. Okay, but we all know who runs the shit. Okay. We know who. I mean, besides Tom Brady, who else runs that league? Aaron Rodgers.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay. And if he's against it, chances are it ain't passing.
He says the entire team's against it. So
there you go. That's all you need. That sounds like a Bernie movement to me.
And also J.J. Watt, as Katie mentions, J.J. Watt is also
J.J. Watt. Yep.
So. I mean, that's 4 or 5 superstars that are against this deal, so we don't know.
And not just, I mean, these are like top flight.
Yes.
Players.
Yes.
Okay.
Top echelon, top tier.
These are the ones that actually make money.
These are players that will be in the Hall of Fame someday, not just some fly-by-night gate players.
The rumor I heard was that a bunch of these guys got onto Instagram or something and started saying they were setting up a fund for the strike that they think is coming. So
heard that too.
I don't see it happen. The NFL is notorious for making sure shit happens.
The last play stoppage was in 1987. There's been 33 years since there's been a play stoppage in the NFL, and that's the year of the scab player. Yeah. The scabs played.
Wow.
What's amazing to me is how much weaker the NFLPA has gotten in comparison to the Major League Baseball Players Association, which is the strongest one of all the leagues, sports. The NFLPA has just absolutely slid down the.
Who's the head of it for the players?
For the players,
last time, remember, it was Gene Upshaw.
No, Upshaw passed away, by the way. No,
I know.
No, DeMaurice Smith.
DeMaurice Smith is the leader of the NFLPA right now. And the leadership has been weak because they from what I've seen and what I've experienced, because the NFL, the leadership of the NFLPA has bowed down to ownership more so than when Gene Upshaw was president back in the day.
Right.
It's not as strong as when Gene Upshaw was the president. The NFLPA now is more liable to go along with what the ownership and the league wants to do, as opposed to what the players think is beneficial for them, and that's what makes it weak. And Kenny is exactly right about that.
I mean, so Major League Players Association is so much stronger than all the other ones combined.
And that's the reason why there's no cap in the MLB, because the players because the Players Association is so strong. Major League Baseball needs a salary cap, but because the Players Association is so strong, it's not going to happen anytime soon.
Never.
Hey, guess what? Another former Dallas quarterback is going to be banking.
That's another thing I want to bring. Yes,
In the
$17
booth.
million
$17
per year
million.
for Tony Romo to call games on CBS.
He couldn't even make that in the NFL.
That was his last salary. No, he did make that in the NFL.
One season.
I don't know why everybody's up in the air about this.
I'm not. Tony, get yours, buddy. Get your money, Tony.
Oh no, I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing because you know what? It takes away the focus from the fuck ups he had in the NFL.
You know what? If Tony Romo could get
redemption,
really good at it though.
You know what though? That makes him the 13th best paid quarterback in the NFL right now. If he was still playing, he'd be the 13th highest paid quarterback in the NFL. Get yours, Tony. You deserve it. Go for it. Get your money.
CBS do? I like to see CBS move him into the golf telecast.
He knows about golf. He's a great golfer. He really is.
Yeah.
Oh, he knows the game.
The Masters, so let him do the commentary on the Masters.
So can I ask you guys a question that you guys are probably much more well versed in the CBA than I am? What is the big issue? The 17-game season, is that the big issue?
Oh, there's other issues.
It's more.
My question is the guaranteed contracts. Is that even an issue?
No, there's no issue in the guaranteed contracts.
See, that's stupid. That should be the number one issue.
Because there are no guaranteed contracts in this new CBA.
That should be the number one issue.
Yes, there are no guaranteed contracts like the MLB or the NBA. There's no guaranteed contracts in this new CBA. The big issue with the CBA is one of the biggest issues in the new CBA that players don't like is the care for retired players. It's health care. It's pension benefits. That's one of the biggest issues that these veterans and these high profile players are arguing against, is the fact that it doesn't go enough to take care of CTE and all that stuff.
They don't treat them any better than our government treats our veterans.
That's a good point, Elliot. But that's the big problem with this new CBA is it doesn't go far enough to take care of the retired players regarding health care, regarding pension benefits, and things of that nature. That's one of the big sticking points. The 17-game season is also a big sticking point, but it's more about the care and help of the retired players.
Can I say something?
Also the current players too.
I think that the salaries for all players in the league in that extra game should be donated to the veterans. Whatever their game pay is for that last day.
John has a comment. John has a comment. Go ahead, John. Say it.
But wait a minute.
Okay.
Now you're a capitalist, John. Now remember, you're a capitalist now.
I'm a capitalist.
Yes.
So relying on a union to take care of you is relying on the government to take care of you. How about with those $15 million over a couple of years that you've been making, you get a good education, let's say, on proper money management. You put the money, you don't live like a jackhole, and you start saving and investing so that when you are retired, you can live off of those investments. Yeah, but John,
what you don't understand is this is about players that played pre-1990 before these big contracts came into play. These are players that are in their 60s and 70s that are not being taken care of. Okay. Right. Before they were making the big bucks.
Hey, John,
that's the issue.
Real quick. I just need to make a correction. That would be Jack Weed. Jack Hope.
Right, Jack Weed. Sorry.
A lot of these players that played in the 70s and the 80s weren't making multi-million-dollar contracts.
Okay, so the guys that are against this, like the Aaron Rodgers and stuff, are caring about the guys that are in their 60s and stuff.
Yes.
That's what they're fighting for.
Yes.
Okay, then all for it. That's all for it. But I have a big issue when it's 24-year-old dudes that are getting millions of dollars that have chains around the neck the size of Nebraska, and then, of course, a big Jesus piece because
they haven't done anything yet.
And they haven't done anything yet, right? They don't even have their second contract, and then they're going to blow all their money, and then, oh, poor me, where's my union to take care of me?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Yeah, and I agree. The players that came up.
Here's the thing, dude. When you're dealing with a corporation the size of the NFL, you got to have something to deter. You got to have something in your freaking holster to fight back. Okay? And that's all there is to it.
Also, one of the things that you have to understand is that the NFLPA and the NFL itself they have attempted to get health coverage for these retirees. The problem is they cannot find an insurance company that's willing to take the risk on them. That's
Right.
a big problem
Hey,
as well.
if they wait, they make it Medicare for all.
I know, but no. The biggest thing is they cannot find an insurance company to underwrite these policies to take care of these retirees. That's also a big issue. So I mean, you've got several things going on here, and behind the scenes. I mean,
Right.
and that's not that's not. And again, to be the to be devil's advocate, the NFL can't find an insurance company. They want to take care of them, but they can't find the underwriting insurance company in order to write the policies. And
Bob
welcome
the
to the
Beer
show,
Man.
Bob the Beer Man Pizer. Welcome home, Bob. How you doing, buddy?
Good. How are you?
Good, man.
Good.
Oh, by the way, next week's show, I'll be here.
Well, good.
But y'all gonna be seeing Elimination Chamber in the background.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Elliot.
I'm responding to our audience because I know you guys never interact with them. I'll interact with them.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
I'm joking.
I can't interact because I'm not on any of the things.
I'm just screwing around. I'm just having fun. Katie mentioned, this is coming from the guy that lives in a country with universal health.
So says the man with universal health coverage,
which was a good blow.
Yeah.
But let me just say, I'm talking about I'm an entrepreneur. I don't rely on the government to pay my retirement. Let's say I don't. I rely on my own efforts, and that's just my opinion. Now, the healthcare is a different thing because to me, I believe universal healthcare should be a thing. It'll never work down in the States. It might in generations, but it's not going to work right now. There's too many people in other people's pocketbooks and this for. It's fantastic. Don't let the media fool you. I am completely okay with the healthcare in Canada. I do not need to wait in some Russian doctor. Oh, they'll come see you in 1945. You get chop off your arm, you're good. It's nothing like that up here, okay? It is good healthcare. It's fantastic. It's wonderful. But I don't know if it would ever work right now in America. So that's
there's too many political ramifications right now as far as universal health care in the States. It's just because the healthcare industry and the insurance companies have a stranglehold on private care. And right now, universal health care, or Medicare for all, as they call it down here, would require that we go away from private insurance companies. And because of the money they make every year, billions and billions of dollars they make every year, it makes it that much more difficult to switch to a different system.
Also because you've got Republicans in the Senate.
Hi, Julie.
Okay.
Yes. Well, it's not just Republicans, Elliot. It's both sides. It's not just Republicans. Don't put them all in the same boat.
To me, the Republicans.
It's Congress as a whole. Problem. It's Congress as a whole. I'm just saying.
Dude, this Senate committed the ultimate treason. Okay, the ultimate treason when they exonerated this fucking fool they call a president.
I know that, but you and I both know that. Kenny knows that. Kenny agrees with you. I agree with you, but it doesn't change the reality of the situation. We have to deal with what we have, and until things change, it is what it is. I don't want to get into political discussion because you and I see eye to eye. You know what I'm saying? And this show is not about politics.
You know what?
But,
we started with make-believe wrestling. We can keep
I don't care. We can talk politics.
I mean, we could go all night, and we could.
Scott gets so weirded out when we.
I do get weirded out. I get.
Dude, we're all grown. We're not like if Ken.
You know why?
If I disagree with
him. Because Scott can't do a blog and listen to us.
No, could you imagine if Arnie was on this show right now? Could you imagine he would just go off. But anyway, that's just me here.
Yeah, but see, he's more libertarian than anything.
He's a right-wing nut job, he's
libertarian.
And you know what? God does provide small favors every now and then.
So, I mean,
can I jump in on something?
Yeah, go ahead, Kenny.
Jump right in, man. Feet first.
Found out something you started about the fact that the NFL and the players can't find any insurance for the past players, the veterans. I think part of that is because of all the litigation with the CTE situations they have. So
correct.
I mean that may be part of it. That's scaring the insurance companies off.
You are correct, and that's a big issue because of the CTE. So
once again, with the billions and billions and billions of dollars that the NFL pulls in, as well as the organizations.
Well, not to mention the fact that the NFL is considered a non-profit. So all those
non-profit my ass.
I know.
Okay. You make billions of dollars and you're a non-profit? Fuck you.
I'm with you on this, Elliot, but the fact remains is they are considered a non-profit.
Is Amazon a non-profit too?
No, but they don't pay taxes either.
They don't pay taxes either. You're right.
You guys should go read Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki.
I've read it 3 times.
All of the laws that are out there for corporations are there for you too. You can use them. They just got really, really good lawyers that know how to set up their corporations and stuff. You can do exactly what they do, and it's not illegal. It's just you're using the system.
Right.
They set up firewalls.
Exactly. So for me, I don't know. I'm not smart enough to tell you guys how to do that stuff, but you should check it out. It's a really good book.
I read it.
Poor Man.
I read it 3 times.
Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Oh, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Okay. All right.
Kiyosaki.
I'm going to have to find that book and read it.
It's amazing.
I think I have it.
Katie says libertarianism is the cowardly way not to take a stand on anything.
Who said that? Ooh, that sounds nice.
Katie.
Where did she? I don't see that. Where did she say
Yeah,
that?
she said underneath where she says, "This isn't a bar, Scott. We're allowed to talk politics."
And then I see Jen. But then I see Jen.
And there is an app for that.
That's an awesome book.
Yes.
I don't see anything after.
You don't see where Katie says libertarianism is the cowardly way not to take a stand on anything.
It's Zuckerberg's blocking me, man.
Oh man, that's too bad.
Oh,
That's
how you do this to me, brother?
No,
libertarianism is just don't. It's someone else's decision. Don't hurt them. Basically, like
you know what? And that again, that's the easy way out. I'm sorry.
It's not the easy way out. It's like you do you, man. You do you, boo boo. That's
you do you, boo boo. All right.
You do you, boo boo. Just don't hurt me, and I won't hurt you.
Besides that,
whatever you want.
Ain't nobody else doing you, so you might as well do you.
Exactly. Just. I'm not no political party at all. I'm very left wing on some things, right wing on others. But
I've registered as a nonpartisan, so I cannot actually vote in the Democratic primary when it reaches Florida. So I can't vote in it. So I'm just biding my time to see who the Democratic nominee is, and I'm going to vote for them.
Oh, you're registered as an independent as well?
Yes, sir, I am.
Yeah, so am I.
So you and I both neither can vote in the Democratic primary when it comes to Florida or the Republican primary, for that matter. We have to sit it out.
It's pretty sad though, because it took me longer to quit being a Democrat than it did to quit being a Catholic. What does that say?
Sorry about that, Pope.
Oh, now we're into religion?
No. Don't go there, John. No, John. No, John. No, John. Stop.
Come on.
No. Stop. No.
Let's do it.
Down, boy. Down. Put the Bible down. Don't go there. Don't start.
Look, man, I don't do the Catholic thing anymore because
good on you.
For years.
The Catholic religion, I'm sorry.
I get disgusted with the hypocrisy every fucking week. And I got tired of hearing all the bullshit. And after I saw that movie about all those priests in Boston.
Yes, that was a great movie.
Great fucking movie.
Yes, it was a great movie.
After that, that opened my eyes to the fact that, you know what? Them motherfuckers, you know what? I was an altar boy when I was growing up.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, no, I wasn't because I got to drink some wine. But no, the priest used to sauce it up before he went out there to tell the man.
Catholicism is a joke. Catholicism is hypocrisy from beginning to end. And I'm sorry for those Catholics
all
in the
religions
audience,
are.
but
most religions are.
If you think Catholicism is the word and the end-all be-all of the Christian religion, you are so wrong. It's not funny.
No. Not at all.
John is in full agreement with me on that matter.
No disrespect to anybody out there, but to me, the one religion I cannot tolerate is Jehovah's Witnesses.
That too. Well, yeah. Okay. Well, yeah.
I can stomach any other religion.
I tried to get into a debate with one of them on the side of the road a couple of years ago. It didn't work out at all, man.
Like, you know what? I found the perfect deterrent for Jehovah's Witnesses. All right.
Answer the door naked.
Butt naked, dude.
Yeah.
I answered the fucking door butt fucking naked. It was about
Exactly.
10 years ago, dude.
Yes.
Dick swinging. Okay, swinging around. And they're trying to sell me on their religion.
People are coming
I'm
to
like,
the show to want to
wait a
hear the
second.
sports nerds, but no,
Wait a second. Wait a second. You guys don't believe. You guys don't believe in infusions, which means
Sports
you don't
nerds are
believe
turning
in
to sports
blowjobs
nerds.
either.
Right. God.
I love this
How
show
far
so
off the
much.
rails has this show gone
I
tonight,
love
guys?
this show so
Well,
much.
you know what, Scott? Let's go back to what. Let's go back
You need to
in the
raise
time
up off
This,
the track.
this is what happens
Let's go
when there's
back
no
to a-
sports happening in the world right now. When there's no
Let's go
NFL
back-
going on.
Let's go back in the time machine to last week, where before the show you said, "What the hell are we going to talk about?"
I know, right?
Yeah,
This is what
Bro, this is the best thing
You
about this show.
open
That's
the
great.
fucking door.
we're
You
so
open
far
door.
off the fucking rails. It's not
This
funny.
is
And I
good.
love every
Open
minute of
Open
it.
the door. You know how far off the rails are?
This
Arnie's
is
name
great.
came up on this.
I know,
fucking
right?
show.
Yeah.
Oh my
I-
God.
And Jen put this out on social media for people to come by, and it's
Yes.
like, dude, you come into Big E talking about I had my dick swinging. Awesome. Exactly, Katie. This is our therapy.
I'll tell you what, though.
We
I
just
never
we
saw
just had
those
a
people
5-car
again.
car.
I'm just sitting up here being good.
Bob.
Bob's being the good Catholic.
I'm not Catholic, thank you.
Oh, thank God, Bob.
I know.
Oh my God. This is awesome.
It's fun. It's exciting. Those donuts look really good, though.
Yeah, they do.
That's that
guys,
KFC
guys,
thing.
it's not bad enough that we're a fat society. KFC is promoting a fried chicken breast between two
donuts.
fried glazed donuts. There you
What's
go.
the difference with that and chicken and waffles, yo?
Yeah, true.
Oh my God.
It's
just
great,
one of
man.
those things.
I
man.
love it. Yeah.
KFC is advertising a fried chicken sandwich, fried chicken breast between two fried glazed donuts.
I got a question. How many fucking Colonel Sanders are there today?
Who cares?
There's like 800 of
I
them
know,
all over
right?
the fucking TV. They're different ones. I'm like, look, when I was growing up, Uncle Sanders was one guy, or Colonel Sanders was one guy. Uncle Sanders might as well call him that because we always ate his chicken and shit. But he was the only Colonel Sanders. Now they got a Colonel Sanders for every day of the fucking
Well,
week.
that's because the actual Colonel Sanders is actually dead.
I know that. But you find one to replace him and you leave
And
it
you keep
alone.
them. Yeah, I agree with Elliot. Keep the damn Colonel as one.
God damn.
That's it. Less confusing.
I mean,
Stressful.
they've had Will Ferrell doing it. They've had all kinds of motherfuckers doing it. It's like, please, don't. Colonel Sanders is rolling in his fucking grave with a bucket of chicken in it.
Yes, he is.
Okay?
The
You guys
donut
are fucking
cheeseburger.
defaming him and
Yes,
shit.
I remember.
Katie says you guys remember that Paula Dean came out with the donut cheeseburger years ago.
And she should have gone to jail for that shit.
Exactly.
Right next to Martha Stewart.
Guys, come on. America, listen to the sports nerds. Do not buy a fried chicken sandwich with two fried glazed donuts as buns. What are you?
And this is
stupid?
coming from dudes that are obviously
And
not
you
the
know
most
what?
healthiest.
Exactly. I'm not healthy,
You
and I
know
would,
what?
and I
And
refuse
you
to
know
eat that
what,
crap.
Scott, just because you said that, everybody's going to go run out
Yeah, I
and get
know.
some fucking donuts.
Hi, Armando. Welcome to the show. You just missed the
Hi,
whole.
Armando.
You
Welcome
missed
to
all the
the-
drama already, Armando. You're
what's
late.
up, homie?
You're late, brother. I'm sorry. You missed all the fun already. You're just late.
Hey, we
You're
still
gonna
got
have-
40.
You're gonna have to watch the replay.
Stick around.
We've
don't
gone
finish up.
politics, Catholicism, altar boys. I mean, it's been all over the friggin' wire here, brother. I'm
the
sorry.
only thing we haven't gotten into is pornography. Oh,
Yeah,
wait,
pornography
I
has
did.
not been
Oh, yeah, you
discussed.
did.
I
When
did,
you
I
opened,
did.
when you opened the
I
door
did.
for the Jehovah's
When I opened-
Witnesses.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. Well, actually, yeah, we did because Elliot answered the door to the Jehovah's Witnesses naked. So, I mean, Army, I'm sorry, brother. You missed all the excitement. I mean, come on.
Oh,
I mean, this show has gone so far
by
off
the
the
way-
rails that
by
I
the
just
way,
don't give a
Too
shit
short. You
anymore.
never know what will
Hey,
happen.
we didn't have smartphones back then, so I couldn't record the shit.
Could you imagine that
You know-
photograph? My
You
God,
should have
Elliot,
seen the
Jesus
look on that
Christ.
lady's face. You should have seen the look on that lady's face. She was so embarrassed. She
Army. He says the only answer to Jehovah's Witnesses coming to your front door is answering the door, buck stark fucking naked. That's it.
Yep. You get them to shut the fuck up.
You know it's the NFL offseason when we're talking about Jehovah's Witnesses. Are you kidding me?
Love it.
Dude, I woke up to my Discord channel the other day having someone put a religious talk.
And John, I want to say, the discussion that you had on Telegram with that jackhole was epic.
You see how I totally turned him into a lover?
Yes.
He was hater.
Yes.
And as soon as I catered to his ego a little bit.
Yes.
Hey, yo, man, jackhole is jackhold, okay?
I read that whole conversation. I'm like, who the fuck is this dipshit? And all of a sudden, John's like, let me turn him around and get him back into the fold. And sure enough, he did.
Yeah, man. I mean, most of these people are just pissed off and they're upset about something. And you did something where they remember it.
Yeah.
You never thought of it. You never thought you were disrespecting anybody or anything, but they took it as that.
Yeah.
So you just got to play to the ego, man. You just got to, pet the ego a little bit. Like, my bad.
He had such a hate for Tim Tech. He thought it's because you were the face of Tim Tech, you were the blunt of his anger, and he wanted to go off on you.
And I get it, dude. We deserved a lot of the hate we got, but it's not the same company.
No, it's not.
It's not even the same program.
You're not using your program to attract the same type of audience either.
Completely different.
Yes.
Yeah. It is what it is. It's fun.
Yes.
And that was not from Big E. That was from Scott.
Yes.
It's time for the Scott Nerd 180.
I went 180. I'm sorry.
That's right. No, it's a 90, dude.
But I wanted to let you know that I did read the discussion, and I was impressed with how much you held back and just controlled yourself. Was calm, handled it with grace and intelligence.
Woke up this morning to a bunch of it on Facebook today too, man.
Yeah.
Did the same thing. This, calling me a scam and this and this and this. I'm like, if I was such a bad dude, I wouldn't still be here.
Right.
Hey, Scott, you notice anything familiar?
What?
I'm like back in the old days with the
I see all that stuff behind you, man, like the
shaded
shelf.
Oh, that's all a bunch of Yankee paraphernalia.
Nice.
I got all kinds of shit. I got a Build-A-Bear
don't mind
there.
Don't mind the Yankee shit behind Elliot.
Bro, can I ask you something?
Mm-hmm.
What is that a book on the top shelf?
Yeah. That's
what is it?
Joe Torre, The Yankee Years.
Oh, okay.
And then an encyclopedia on the Yankees.
Oh, okay, cool. I was going to say, you starting your bookshelf. That's good. Starting your bookshelf. It's very important to have a bookshelf.
And, of course, I've got all the World Series up to 2001. All the World Series we won during that one decade, at one period of time, from 96 to 2003, I feel like.
As I so like to say every week, you can take your 26 championships or 27, whatever the fuck it is.
You know what? I just got tired of looking at everybody else's background besides Ken's, of course, because I keep seeing that same stick right there behind him. Is that a column? Is that what's holding up the roof?
Yep.
Hey, if that thing starts to wobble,
one earthquake and you're going to be one less.
Yeah, I guess you won't be getting any connections then.
I'll be coming back to haunt you, Elliot.
Oh, you know what everybody else does.
Am I the only guy on this panel who has not watched the Combine this weekend?
I didn't
see any of it.
I didn't know the Combine were on this weekend.
Yeah, the Combine was this week, and I didn't see 1 minute of it. I could care less.
Well, shit. Joe Burrow wasn't going to...
I wasn't even paying attention. I was drinking at the bar.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow said he wasn't going to fucking throw at the Combine.
It's the NFL dog and pony show. I'm sorry. That's all it is. These guys are asking for 40-yard dashes, the long jump.
It's Westminster NFL style.
Correct. These guys are asked to do drills they're not going to do at all in the NFL when they have to get into training camp. I mean, it's stupid.
And risk them to getting injured.
Well, not only that, but if you read the news, Bill Belichick actually skipped the combine to personally scout a guy in Kentucky, I think it was Kentucky or Tennessee, one of the two, that did not get an invite to the combine. So he skipped it. He skipped it himself.
And you wonder why the New England Patriots are so successful.
Hello.
Why do they always compete? Because even the coach is willing to go out there and go to the depths of hole in the wall hell.
Correct.
Just to find.
How do you think Jerry Rice was found? How do you think Jerry Rice was discovered?
Dude, Jerry Rice came off the back of an Uncle Ben's box, yo. That's basically
exactly
what happened. Because nobody knew who the fuck Jerry Rice was.
Yeah.
What is North Dakota State or what was it? What school?
Mississippi Valley State.
Mississippi Valley State.
Correct. I mean, to give you an idea how the combine works, how much the combine means, Tom Brady was in the combine. He looked like shit. He was the number 199th pick overall in the draft, and he's probably the greatest quarterback to ever.
But nobody knew him.
Nobody
knew who he was.
This is why I love the NFL draft so much, because you could get a 5th round or a 6th round guy, and he turns out to be. That's why it's like when I start seeing trades made for 2nd and 3rd round picks, people are like, oh, they gave up. That's nothing to give up. I'm like, you don't know what that could be.
No, because you see,
superstar.
But you see, there's less of a chance of you getting superstars that translate into NFL, okay, than you do diamonds in the rough that are sitting in the labor rounds.
There are more.
Okay. I also would say that, like when the Patriots gave the Raiders a 4th round draft pick for Randy Moss.
Was that for the tuck rule?
Nice.
I said Randy Moss is worth a 4th round pick if he's only as good as he was with the Raiders. If not, the Patriots just stole him.
Well, if you remember, Randy Moss was a member of that.
With the Raiders.
Randy Moss was a member of that 16-0 in the Patriots team that went into the Super Bowl and got spanked by the damn Giants.
No, they didn't get spanked. They got because they spanked the Giants in the last game of the season.
Right, but then the Patriots, then the Giants beat the Patriots and ruined their perfect season.
You know what? You know what really killed me? You know what really killed me is when Michael Strahan said they're not even going to score 17 points.
They didn't.
Nope. They scored 14 points.
Yep.
All the shot and gun.
And if you, I mean, the combine, there are more number 1 draft picks over the course of the last 30 years that have panned out to be nobodies that have succeeded.
Yep.
Who was the punter that deadlifted 500 pounds the other day?
I don't know, but Tampa's going to draft him in the first round.
Give him a little bit of credit. 2nd round. Bro, I used to play in a fantasy football league where this guy used to religiously draft defense in the 3rd round. Religiously.
Mm-hmm.
It was great.
Dude.
Defense in the 3rd round? Are you fucking kidding me?
Double digits. And late double digits on top of that.
Did he ever win the league?
Never.
No.
But religiously for about 3 or 4 years, and it was always the Eagles defense. Always Eagles defense.
God.
No matter what, even if the Eagles weren't that good on D.
Was he an Eagles fan?
I don't think so.
Some people don't detach reality from fantasy. So
no.
They get caught in the middle somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Once they get into the abyss, forget about it. Just forget about it.
Just a side note to people that are watching this, April 23rd, we will be doing a live draft show on the Sports Nerds. We will be on live for the first round until the first round is over. It may be 4, 5, 6 hours. We don't know. So just to give you a heads up, we are doing a live draft show on April 23rd, which is the first night of the draft.
It's going to take a hell of a lot longer than the Sports Nerds fantasy draft.
Correct.
if you really want to add to the experience of that evening on the 23rd, I highly recommend watching the movie Draft Day on the 22nd.
Yes.
I have it.
Time yourself.
I have it.
I've seen it.
You've never seen Draft Day?
Huh?
I've seen it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I just
I love that movie.
I just digitally downloaded it to Vudu, so I'm gonna watch that movie.
Yeah,
right
Kevin Costner is epic in that film, believe it or not. So yes, Draft Day as a Browns fan, I like to brag about Draft Day. It's a great.
You know what the funny? So the entire movie is around the Cleveland Browns,
Yes.
but do you notice what happens? The end of the movie is just all the guys they drafted coming out under the tunnel first game of the season. They don't show the rest of the season.
No, they don't.
We all know what happens.
That's a very good point, John. Thank you very much.
Which one was a better movie, Draft Day or Jerry Maguire?
Draft Day.
Draft Day.
I think so too.
Draft Day.
I'm
Jerry
sorry.
Maguire was
The drama and story, I guess, of Jerry Maguire was better, but Draft Day is a much better sports movie.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Well, while we're on the subject, what is your favorite sports movie?
Draft Day, for me.
Ken?
My favorite sports movie. Wow. I think that would be We Are Marshall.
Okay. Good movie. Elliot?
Come back to me.
Okay. Bob, what's your favorite sports movie?
Does the water boy count?
No, it doesn't. Oh, God.
Draft Day.
Bobby Boucher. High quality H2O. High quality H2O.
Bobby, you can do it.
He was the football version. He was the football version of Rain
Right.
Man.
Believe it or not, guys, my favorite sports movie is Hoosiers.
Hoosiers?
Yes.
Okay.
Elliot?
Sunset Park. Oh, okay. Well.
I just added one to my sports movie list not too terribly long ago.
What's that?
That would be Ford versus Ferrari.
Really? Is it good?
Have you guys seen it? Did you ever see it?
I haven't
Any
seen
Given
it yet.
Sunday is really good.
Now,
Very good movie.
You know.
my
It's
favorite
funny.
movie of all time in sports is Pride of the Yankees. Okay.
Well, of course. That's back in the day. It was great.
Yeah, with Lou Gehrig, the Lou Gehrig story.
Right, and they had to actually reverse the camera angle on him and to make sure to show that the batter was hitting left-handed. I remember the story about that.
Yeah. So, but for more commercials, Major League was probably my favorite.
As an Indians fan, I appreciate that very much. Thank you very much, Elliot.
Classic movie.
Yes. I also
Katie brought up Any Given Sunday. I thought that was amazing.
Oh, that's amazing as
another
well.
one I like to mention is,
with that speech, bro. Like
another one I like to mention is oh God.
While he's thinking about that, Pacino's making a comeback though.
I love that movie he did with De Niro, man. People were complaining about how long it was. I thought it was great, man. I thought it was.
Well, he's got a series now on Prime Video.
Oh yeah. Hunters. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What sports, Don?
The Miracle, USA Hockey.
Well, Miracle was a great movie. Don't get me wrong, but A League of Their Own was my favorite baseball movie.
League of Their Own was funny, man.
A League of Their Own was really good.
Movie.
There's no crying in baseball.
There's no crying in baseball. Yeah.
My favorite basketball movie is Uncle Drew.
No, basketball's gotta be Hoosiers. Gotta be Hoosiers. I'm sorry, Rudy was offsides, Jen. Rudy was offsides. It doesn't count.
Rudy?
Oh,
I love Rudy.
Rudy was offsides.
The ultimate. Okay, and Dez didn't catch that pass.
No, Dez didn't catch it.
Yes, Armando. I was waiting for that.
Armando with the slap shot reference. Yes.
Slap shot. Yes.
Paul Newman in the house. Thank you, Armando. Yes.
Wasn't it 40 years? They had their 40th year anniversary. Was it 79?
How many of y'all ever watched The Fish to Save Pittsburgh?
The what?
You see, there's a movie y'all in it. The Fish to Save Pittsburgh. Watch that movie. It's pretty good. You might not be able to find it anywhere. It's old.
Caddyshack or Tin Cup?
Huh?
Caddyshack or Tin Cup?
Caddyshack.
Definitely.
Caddyshack. Tin Cup was good, but Caddyshack was great.
Much better.
Space Jam for basketball. I agree, Eliana.
Space Jam for Space Jam.
I agree.
Oh, God.
I agree.
For basketball, I'd have to say it was the Hoosiers.
Hoosiers was great. I loved it.
Yeah, Hoosiers.
Because Hoosiers, outside of Gene Hackman, there was no superstar in that movie, and it was
well. That's how movies were back in the 80s.
Yes.
There was one superstar.
There was the superstar.
Sorry, Dennis Hopper was the other one. Excuse me, you're right, Kenny. Dennis Hopper was the other one. You're right. But yeah, I mean, it was a movie filled with nobodies, and outside of maybe 3 or 4, I mean, Barbara Hershey was in it,
Yeah.
and one of the players went on to also star movies as well. But for the most part, it was made up of nobodies. For the most part. And
Actually, you know who's in Hoosiers?
Who? David Neerdorf.
The guy that played Harris in Major League.
Yes.
He was
correct. Yes. He's another one that went on to have success. Correct. Yes.
What?
The guy that played Harris, the old pitcher. The guy that was a major guy, pain in the ass to Charlie Reed. To
Pedro Serrano.
Yeah, big time Pedro Serrano. Yeah. But the guy that played Harris in Major League was in it as well. I forget his name off the top of my head. But there were maybe 4 people in that movie that went on to with careers in the movie business, but there wasn't a lot. I mean, after that, they didn't do anything. Most of the players that were on the team actually were Indiana players that did not have careers afterwards.
Favorite football movie? What you got?
We are Marshall.
Okay.
Draft Day.
Who? Draft Day?
Necessary Roughness.
Hi, Nosy. Hey, big shout out to Nosy. Last night, me and him, all these guys started getting cocky with us and said that we'll take me and Nosy on. Me and Nosy wiped ass and just totally destroyed them all. We are the greatest Call of Duty players ever. Thanks for listening. And that was 180 time by John Olson.
See, now
I liked Necessary Roughness. I'm sorry, I liked it.
Necessary Roughness?
Yes.
Good movie. Filmed here,
Bob,
too.
Who you like, Bob? What you like for football, Bob?
Most of them. Almost all of them. I like Necessary Roughness. I like Draft Day. Probably Draft Day.
See, I'll make up.
Mac, baby.
I'll make up for forgetting earlier. Any Given Sunday.
Any Given Sunday was
It's
awesome.
a good movie. It's a good movie. Absolutely.
I'll tell you one that's pretty underrated is your guys ever see The Express? Story of Ernie Davis?
The Express? No.
The Express, oh man, check it out. It's a really good movie.
Okay.
The Gail Sayers movie was a good movie too.
Yes.
And I tell you what other movie was good? The Burt Reynolds version of The Longest Yard.
Yes.
Not the Adam Sandler one?
Correct.
No.
The original.
Oh,
Friday Night Lights.
I like the Adam Sandler version. I like both of them, but I like the Adam Sandler version.
Friday Night
better.
Lights was good too as well.
Wasn't Chris Tucker in that one?
And Longest Yard, yeah.
Yeah, all these guys.
No, not Chris Tucker. Chris Rock, wasn't it?
Was it Chris Rock?
Was it Chris Rock?
I think it was Chris Rock. Yeah.
I got Chris Tucker on the brain because I got tickets to a concert of his. So.
Smoke Dog, baby. Smokey. No Friday.
All right, what
else we got?
Best hockey movie.
Slapshot.
Miracle.
Mighty Ducks.
The Mighty Ducks.
No, not the Mighty. I like Miracle. I mean, Kurt Russell does a great job in that movie doing Herb Brooks. I mean, it was phenomenal. I mean, and you know, and last week was the anniversary of the 40th anniversary of the Miracle on Ice, and I watched that movie 3 or 4 times over the weekend. It was just phenomenal, just great. And I'm sorry, Kurt Russell did a fantastic job as Herb Brooks. Really great.
That particular movie brought brought patriotism out.
Yes, it did.
At a time when the United States needed it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
You got to look at the times that we were in in 1980, where we were doing. It was a hostage situation. It was the Cold War against Russia. How close we were to being at war with them, actually, and the patriotism because of, you know, it was a time because Jimmy Carter was such a polarized president at the time. To have such a feel good story going on, it was. I mean, that was just I mean, after Vietnam, after Watergate, after all the crap that went on in the 70s, to have this happen early in February in 1980, was a perfect time. So yes, I know we're old, John, but it is. It is what it is. Us Americans that were alive at the time remember how important it was and how impactful it was, right, Kenny and Dan Elliott?
I was 4.
You don't count.
Yeah, you're of my ilk, Bob. You're the same age as me. So
Yes.
All I say right now, and I'm going to make it just quickly political. Nah, never mind.
Go political. We like political.
Yeah, go ahead, Elliot. What are we going to say?
Do it, man.
I changed my mind.
Do it.
I changed my mind.
You want to get people just ask Nosy whenever you want to do a Bible study. Ask him that. He'll love it. You want to go crazy. Right, Nose?
Yep.
We already talked religion tonight. Let's keep going. No? Couldn't get a rise out of anybody.
Is that Matt Wallace? Is that who Nosy is?
Yeah, it's Nosy. Yeah.
All right. Nosy, I just sent you a friend request.
Oh, muffin.
All I'm saying is that the way I see this administration basically stripping the country down to
Everything.
its bare essentials, which doesn't help with things like this coronavirus incident and stuff like that. But you know what? I keep thinking to myself, and the first thing that comes to my mind, you guys ever seen the movie Red Dawn?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Which either the 84 version or the most recent version, yes.
No, the original version was
84,
Swayze
yes. Leah Thompson, Jennifer
Yeah.
Grey,
Yeah.
Patrick Swayze, yes.
I've had that visual, occur on several occasions where I think like Trump is intentionally softening up the U.S. for Russia to invade.
Well, I don't know if it'll be Russia, but it's yeah. I mean,
but for anybody that he feels he can let invade because he's going to get something out of it. Okay. And that's just disturbing, man.
Well,
I remember when I watched Red Dawn the first time. That shit was disturbing.
This is the year to correct that.
Oh, yeah.
It's not going to be corrected.
Get out there and fucking vote. Look, when you start toying with people's lives, it tends to change the conversation.
Yes, it does.
There's
a lot of crap going on in the country, and it begins with,
whether it is serious or not.
But let me tell you, Elliot, a lot of the issues that are going on, a lot of the problems with this country has nothing to do with the presidency. It has to do everything to do with Congress and what they're doing or not doing, and they have a bigger impact.
But wait a second, Congress has sent 400 bills over to Mitch McConnell.
The House has, yes.
Yes. It's the Senate that ain't doing shit.
Yes.
Okay. Why? Because the Republicans are the majority, and they're all hanging on Donald Trump's mini jock.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm sorry, but history will come back to haunt those motherfuckers.
Canada's gonna invade. I like that. Red Nosy, nice. I like that.
Bring it on, dude. I say Canada. I say Canada and Mexico invade.
Whoa.
We're the only country that has successfully invaded you and burnt down your White House.
That's correct. That's
Yes,
correct.
right.
War of 1812.
British then.
Do it again, but make sure Trump is in there. If you're gonna do it again, make sure make sure that it goes all orange.
The show has truly gone off the rails, and we're inviting a Canadian invasion to the country.
What was that movie with John Candy? Was it John Candy? All the SCTV guys did it. The invasion to Canada or whatever. It was like Canada was really secretly invading America.
Oh,
it was a satire a couple of years ago. It was freaking hilarious. Like Beaver Tales or something. It was called.
Yeah.
Wasn't that John Candy's last movie?
I think so. Yeah.
One of them, yeah.
Yeah.
I liked him in the Jamaican bobsled movie.
Yeah.
Cool Runnings.
Running
Cool
Scared.
Runnings?
Cool Runnings, excuse me.
Running Scared was Gregory Hines.
Yes, Running Scared was Gregory Hines and
Billy
Crystal.
Crystal.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Jamaica, we have a bobsled team. Dude, have you guys, first of all, has anybody ever been to Jamaica?
No.
No.
Right? Okay, so as soon as you get off the plane,
John wants to retire in Jamaica.
No. Dude, not really, to be honest, not really at all. As soon as you get off the plane, all the cabbies and everybody that's at the airport basically do the Cool Runnings impression because they think that's what people think of Jamaicans. So it's like, no problem, man. Yeah, man.
Nah,
man. Like they're literally talking to you like that because they think that because it's your
they all become Bob Marley. Is that what you're saying?
They are everybody's Bob Marley.
The only
ganja man.
I ain't got nothing. You know what? Jamaica rocks, dude. Because it's all about the weed, baby. It's all about the weed.
Jamaica.
Problem, man. Jamaica is not the tropical oasis.
No, it's not.
No,
there's parts like Negril is beautiful,
right.
But like if you go to Kingston or Obey, you're in a different country, man.
What's that?
But yet it's an American territory, so technically it's still American.
Not American.
No, it's not. No, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm thinking Puerto Rico. Excuse me. I apologize.
Yeah, it's okay. All right. We got that kind of, sort of. We're in there with the Commonwealth.
Yeah. Hi, Jason.
Anyways. It's hilarious if you ever go there. They really play it up, the whole Cool Runnings thing. It's hilarious.
Can you believe we're in the month of March already?
I know. March 1st. Welcome to March. The month of March Madness.
Yeah.
Which technically ends in April, but let's call it March Madness.
Correct.
Well, the madness is in March. What happens in April doesn't matter.
It's because the first two rounds of the tournament, they really matter because that's where all the crazy shit happens.
Podunk University took out Purdue.
I know, right? And I'll tell you what, the over the weekend, if you want to get into college basketball, over the weekend, ranked teams were 5 and 6 against unranked teams this past weekend. Duke got upset. Baylor got upset. So, I mean, it was a huge upset weekend for the ranked teams in NCAA basketball, which sets up for a monumental tournament this year. I can't wait. I just can't wait. It's gonna be just something just epic. Some no name coming out of nowhere is gonna win the national championship. I mark my words. It's gonna happen.
I can't wait.
I like to see Gonzaga finally win it.
Are you still vaping, Scott?
Yes.
Cool.
I have added CBD to my vape too, by the way, Elliot.
Oh, right on, man.
Yeah. No, there's no THC, but it's in my vape.
It feels good, don't it?
It calms me down. Yes.
See, I got the THC. Right here.
I don't have the THC version, but I put it in my vape.
Oh, I got it all, dude. They actually came out now with a powder that you can put into your drinks and shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because the maximum you're allowed to have is like 3.5% THC to be legal.
3.5% THC.
Yeah.
Dude.
Jamaica, we have a Bob Smith.
This one right here, called Northern Hash. Well, no, remember Berry. It has 19%.
That's because you probably got it from your thing.
From the dispensary.
Under dispensary from your medical.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you're off the street getting it without the medical reasons, the most you can have is 3.5%.
Mm-hmm.
I also use the. I also use the concentrates.
Yeah. It's very medicinal. It does relax me. It does make me feel better. So I'm not complaining.
There you go. There you go. It's going to be recreational one day. Trust me.
Florida's going to approve it because the populace already has voted it in. So yeah. You know what, Matt? You're good. John. You're good. You make a good point. When the kids can get a burger for lunch without the NCAA coming down on them, I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. But it's not going to stop me from watching. I'm sorry. It's not. It's not going to keep you from watching. I mean, call me a hypocrite, call me whatever you want, but it's not going to keep you from watching NCAA. I love it. I love it. It is what it is. I mean, I agree, but
it's basically you're watching.
Yes. Yes, I am.
Criminal activity.
Call me the biggest hypocrite in the world. I totally agree with you, but it is what it is.
It's.
Hey, I was Frozen too, man.
I've not watched it yet.
You ain't that dedicated.
No. It's available. It's not available to rent. It's only available to purchase right now on Amazon. When it's available to rent, then maybe I'll watch it. But
which one?
Frozen 2.
No,
I just do digital downloads.
I'm a big Frozen fan. I like the first one, so we'll see.
I like them too. First one.
Same with Rise of Skywalker. Whenever it comes available with Brent or comes.
By the way, go see Bad Boys for Life too if you haven't seen.
Was it good?
I say it was better than the originals.
Really?
Yeah.
I want to see Once We're Brothers, the movie about the band.
Oh,
Band of Brothers.
No, it's a movie about the band.
The music group band. The band.
Okay.
Band of Brothers was awesome.
Yes, it was.
My son wants me to take him to go see The Weeknd, and I'm like, who the fuck is that?
Oh, the Torontonian. He's The Weeknd. Yeah, it's.
I thought that was Drake.
R&B singer.
I thought that was Drake.
No, we got Drake in The Weeknd, and
By
we
the
also
way,
got Tory Lanez.
Drake was seen with a Lamar Jackson jersey on this weekend, so it doesn't.
I know, and just because Drake was seen with a Lamar Jackson jersey, it's like news. Like that's what we've become as humans. Like we care what a rapper is wearing. Really?
Mm-hmm.
He's a fair weather fan. He goes whoever who's winning.
Yep.
I don't care.
I guess he's never going to be a Knicks fan.
Nope.
He's never going to be a Knicks fan.
He is a Raptors fan and a Kentucky fan, right? Is it Kentucky or Kansas? Kentucky.
I think it's Kentucky. Whoever's winning at any given day, he's a fan of.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's so bad because Twitter is still my go-to for social media.
Right.
Like even before Steam.
Any given calendar day.
The shit that trends on Twitter is mind-blowing. Like it's
a shit show. It's so fun, and it's so fun to watch, John. You got to admit, it's fun to watch.
We are nothing but sheep.
Correct.
Just to kind of put a cap around things, you've been saying that. I mean, this show's been all over
the place tonight. We've just been all over the place.
We've actually left the area where gravity still exists.
Exactly.
It's exciting.
My goodness. I crazy.
I'm enjoying
the things you got to come up with just to keep conversation going.
Yep.
It's all good though.
It's good. People are having fun. If you guys aren't having fun, let us know in the comments.
I'm having a blast.
I'm having the time of my life.
There you go. See, Wonderful. Bob hasn't said a word in 20 minutes, but he's
still there. Bob's just sitting there.
Just say something like Jerome Bettis sucks and see what happens.
Yeah. There you go.
Get a reaction.
By the way, Ben Roethlisberger needs to lose about 30 pounds and get rid of that fucking beard. I'm just saying.
Yep.
Yeah.
That he does.
He looks like Grizzly Adams.
He looks like Grizzly Adams on steroids.
Bob, at least we're not.
and you know what the entire capper to how crazy this show has been? I got fucking soccer on my TV.
I see that. What the hell are you doing?
I noticed that like 5 minutes ago, and I was going to be like, "Wow, that's impressive, man." Is that Premier League or MLS? Like
FS1. He's got FS1 on right now.
Yeah, but what is it? Premier League or MLS?
MLS.
It's MLS. The season started.
Red Bull New York and FC Cincinnati.
There you go. Dude, good on the MLS, man. They're
going to become very popular here pretty soon if they haven't already. Yes,
that's right. Which is why I hold out hope for the XFL.
Right.
Because nobody thought any serious soccer fans didn't think MLS was going to amount to shit.
Okay? Oh, they were hating on it, man. They were hating on it. And then when when Beckham comes over and signs, it's like that was the running joke. It's But everybody.
That's when they changed their minds.
Well, yeah, Beckham has a new team in Miami.
Yes,
he's the owner.
Yeah, but he's not playing. He's not playing.
No, he's not playing. But he's the owner of the new team in Miami.
Is Wayne Rooney still in the MLS, or did he go back over to Europe?
He's back in England.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think dogs are having sex with cats and all kinds of shit, yo. Because this has been like
crazy world.
I've never put soccer on my fucking TV, people.
Dude, it's
dogs and cats living together. It's pandemonium.
See what happens when your back is turned?
Dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
Mass hysteria.
Get into the big tournaments, man.
They ain't just living together, okay?
No. When it's country against country, it's fun.
They're cohabiting.
Teams I don't care about.
They're cohabitating.
Anywho, I hate to be the bearer of bad
It's
news.
that time.
My
It's
wife
that
sent me a
time.
text and she's like, "I cooked food. You
It's
ate
that time."
upstairs." No, she didn't say that, but she did say, "I cooked you food. Please come
No,
upstairs."
you know what? I always look at the clock and I'm like, it's 8:25. John's got to go.
I gotta go. It's just me. You guys, please do continue it. You know,
Oh, we do.
I'll stay here
We
in
do.
moral support. I just gotta.
We do. We don't just bail like Jeff used to.
Right.
Okay. Well, I love you all. Thanks for listening.
All right,
like
man.
Jeff used to. Really,
Guys,
you're
thanks.
bringing out that reference? Oh my God, Elliot.
Remember when he shut down the whole show?
Yeah, I know.
Just because.
John, have a good night and a great week.
Going down.
We'll see you next Sunday.
Peace out, John.
Peace out.
Have a great week, John.
Oh, by the way, the Toronto Raptors won't repeat this year. Next week, I'm gonna break out the card. The card.
You brought Jeff into this discussion. What the hell is wrong with you?
Well, I had to have a reference point.
He's trying to relaunch his show and it's not working for him. You ever see that?
No, I haven't even paid attention.
I don't even know who Jeff is.
You don't want to know who Jeff is. Only Elliot and I know who Jeff is, and that's better. It's better that we that
It's better that way.
It's better it stays that way.
Duly noted.
You don't want to know who he is because if we tried to tell you, you wouldn't believe us.
Exactly.
We don't even believe ourselves half the time. No,
So
Jeff was the host of
voting on Tuesday, Scott.
What's that?
early voting.
Tuesday.
I can't vote Super Tuesday.
No,
I mean, if Florida voting on Super Tuesday.
I don't know who's voting.
No, I don't know.
I don't think they
I
are.
don't know.
but
I don't think so,
I know
no.
it's a bunch of states, but I don't know if Florida's a part of it or not. I don't know.
Okay.
Either way, I still can't vote in either primary because I'm a registered
We're independents.
partisan.
Wow.
If I'm not a registered Democrat or Republican, I can't vote in the primary anyway. So I'm just waiting to see who comes out of the dust after it settles and going with that. So it is
I
what it
still
is.
say, you know what? I think I'm a register as a Republican and vote for all the Democrats.
I like Elizabeth Warren. I don't think she has a shot of getting the nomination. I think it's going to be Biden or Sanders. But I like where she's going as far as what she wants to do. But I think the fact that she's a woman is hindering her, and unfortunately, that's a sad to say.
She wavered a lot too.
She did waver a lot, but again, I like the way I like where she's going. But it's going to be Biden or Sanders. I think that's who's going to win.
Well, she ain't going to the presidency because she's already 70.
Well, Biden and Sanders are both almost 80.
Yep.
Right, but they're men.
Exactly.
Oh.
The older she gets, the slimmer the chance gets. Okay.
So, and again, if Biden wins a nomination, I don't think he beats Trump. I think Sanders is the only chance we have.
I think he does. I think he does.
I'd like to see him win it, but
especially if he has the push. If he has the push of these people that actually did well.
If the Democratic Party gets behind him enough, then he's got a chance to win it.
I think that's what's going to happen. All these people that are dropping out are all the moderates. Okay, Klobuchar and Warren, they'll be dropping out after the Super Tuesday.
Steyer dropped out last night and on the ballot in Texas. He's still running ads.
Yeah. I don't know why Tulsi Gabbard's name keeps popping up.
Again, if you think Michael Bloomberg is the answer to our problems, you need to get a friggin' clue.
No. You see, what's going to happen is Mike Bloomberg, he just spent $22 million plus in South Carolina, and he wasn't even running.
To finish what? He wasn't even on the ballot.
No, but you know what? He's already starting to pivot to where he's probably going to get out at some point.
He's going to support whoever gets the nomination, whoever's going to be the strongest
against Bernie,
the front runner. Yes,
I think he's probably holding out for a broker convention too. So
that too, because the super delegates are going to go with the Democrats.
If it's a broker convention, then we have no chance of beating Donald Trump whatsoever.
Why?
I think possible.
I'm going to think positive, but it is what it is. It's just we need to.
You know what? You know what I take solace in?
What's that?
Is that these days we're talking about not like in 2016 where we didn't think he was gonna win. Now we're thinking that he can't lose. Well, you know what? it's going to work the same way in reverse. Now that we think he can't lose, he's going to lose.
I hope he does. I hope he does.
Okay.
For the future of this country.
You got to remember the human element.
Yeah.
Right now, he is fucking with lives, dude.
I'm still hoping he's going to do something just colossally stupid and kill himself.
Well, the coronavirus is a good start because he's been a dumbass to the whole situation right now up to this point. So, all right, guys, it's 8:30. We got to close it out.
Hey, we filled the time, baby.
We did, and we were off the rails the whole time, and I loved every freaking second of it.
It was fun.
Thank you, everyone, for
except for watching Bob trying to stay awake.
Bob, it was good to have you at least appear on the show tonight.
Good cameo.
Anyway, guys,
wasn't too much sports talk. I stay away from.
You stay away from politics and all the drama. I know. I know.
Dude, we were talking about Hooters for a minute. Right?
I missed the Hooters part.
You missed the Hooters part. He came in a little late.
You weren't here for the Hooters part.
He wasn't here for the Hooters part.
See what happened?
I could have thrown in my 2 cents on that one.
Yeah. Everybody, thank you for showing up. Right. We are a bunch of old white guys that talk sports on a weekly basis every Sunday night.
But we ain't running for president.
Like exactly. We do appreciate your viewership. We appreciate you being here. On behalf of my co-hosts, Ken Costello, Big E, Elliot Lamba, Bob the Beer Man, of course, John G. Olson. Thank you for watching. We're out for this week. You all have a great week, and we'll see you next time, next Sunday, 7 p.m. We're
Elimination Chamber.
Oh, what a fucking show that was. Oh, guys.
That was a shit show.
That was a shit show, and I loved every fucking minute of it.
When you ain't got shit to talk about, you make up a shit.
You make it up as you go along, right, Elliot?
That's it. You create a shit.
We didn't even get to your wide receivers that we talked about last week.
I had them up here, but I wasn't gonna fucking interrupt the flow. You know what I'm saying? When we started talking about religion and fucking butt naked,
I know, right?
Bullshit, I was like, this is off the rails.
It was great. It was fun.
This is a pay-per-view moment.
I know.
Hey, and you know what? And it all happened on the same weekend that Impractical Jokers came out in the theaters.
All right, guys. I don't know where Bob went. He went to potty or something. But anyway, you guys.
He let him fall asleep on the potty.
I know, right?
All right, guys.